Hello, Cancer. Okay, let me see if we gotta bring this microphone a little closer there. Sorry about that. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your March 1st through 15th soul session. I am Marlo if you're new, and if you're family, welcome back, my friend. I totally moved my camera, and I'm hoping that that angle is right. Feels kind of weird. Felt like I got really close to your face there. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into you guys' cards and see what's going on for the 1st through the 15th. Why does this look so weird to me? I don't know. It's so strange. Anyway, first card out that you guys have, Cancer, is the Queen of Coins. So you guys are in a good place coming in to March from February. You guys are more or less, I want to say money minded. That's the first thing that came to my mind. Okay. So you guys are more or less money minded. You're feeling empowered. You're very much focused on your future, and that's, you know, masculine or feminine. It's like you're more or less focused on your future, whether it's your financial future, it's in reference to your career. I feel very much almost like in a planning slash, dare I say, manifestation phase. Yeah, it feels like more or less a planning and manifestation phase, because it feels very much to me that you guys are focused on the future. You're not really, not saying that you're totally ignoring the present, but it's more or less that I would say that that's a good place to be in. It's more or less utilizing your present in order to get to your future. So you're thinking long term, in a sense, about where you want to be, who you want to be. You're being very, you know, resourceful, like looking at what's around you and how you can utilize the current position that you're in to capitalize on what it is that you guys are heading towards in the future. So that's definitely a good thing. The next card that you guys have out, is the Five of Coins. I mean, that's a good place to be in if that is the case. Next card that you guys have, I like it. You have the Lovers. That's Gemini energy. So what it's looking like to me, Cancer, you guys are in a good place. There may potentially be some financial struggles. I feel it more or less in a sense of kind of like unexpected expenses, whether it's and I always find myself every year, not just because I moonlight in a tax office right now, but it's always this time of year I'm always getting messages in reference to like tax returns and things of the sort. So it could be that, you know, your tax return ended up not being, you know, as much, or you lost out on some dependents or something along those lines. Whatever the case, it's just feeling that now you guys may not be in the best financial position. But I'm gonna say this two ways because I'm feeling it two different ways. There's some of you guys that are kind of in financial straits at present, which I think is good, that you're like in a manifest mindset, you know what I mean? Because it's more or less you guys being in this predicament. It's a decision of wanting to get out of it, or needing to make a decision rather, by the end of the week. And the 7th of March is when Saturn goes into Pisces. So good time to make decisions and things of the sort. But anywho, but if you guys are presently like in financial straits and you're in this abundance mindset and really focused on the future, like in the sense of like not ending up in this particular situation, again, I give you even more kudos, because I know it's really hard to do. Like when things aren't going well, it's very difficult to kind of get into that headspace and say, I'm going to think positive. But that's a lot of what I've been telling all the other signs prior to you. But for others of you guys, this feels to me like a unexpected type of thing. It's more or less, which would put you guys into who did I do before you guys? Was it Aries? It was either Aries or Virgo. And they ended up getting a message of like something unexpected kind of coming up, and it being like a test for them in so many words. So for the other group of my Cancerians, I would say that for you guys, like if you guys are doing well financially, or, you know, you just got, you know, a nice little tax return or whatever, and you're making plans for that money, and how it is that you plan to expand and grow, or you're making plans for the future or what have you, if there's something that kind of happens in the first week of March to where you're kind of like, you know, unexpected expense, or, you know what I mean? Like something that just comes out of the blue, something breaks in your house, your car breaks down, whatever the case. If something like that happens, I really feel for you all, it's just a testing ground. And it's more or less the decision that you made to take a different path. Because, you know, we're talking about all of us being at the crossroads, right? So it's like the decision that you made to take a different path than you've been on prior to now. right? This is all about like an is not is paradigm. So the polar opposite of what it is that you're calling and happening. And the choice I feel that you guys would be making at the end of the week is to stick to your guns. So that would kind of take my second group of people, and the advice that I would give you guys is to do what group one did, if we would call you guys that. Group one being the people who are in financial straits, that are tapping into that abundance mindset. That more or less would be you guys' advice on what you would want to do if there's some unexpected financial challenge that comes in the first week of February, and using this energy with the lovers to stay true to your heart space, which is not contingent upon circumstance. So if you guys elected to, start a business, self-empower, whatever the case that this Queen of Pentacles is representing, not to allow a temporary circumstance to take you off kilter from where your headspace was, because the headspace you guys come into the month of March with is very high vibrational, right? Now, moving into the second week of February, the first card that you guys have is the Five of Swords. Yes, please. Do not get into fighting any losing battles. And I feel a definition of what fighting a losing battle would be in this particular situation, or shallow victories, it would be like patchwork, right? So Cancer, of course, for each and every one of you guys, it's going to be something different for each of you. But what I would say specifically, it feels to me this is a test. However, but I mean, the entire collective is being tested at this point. But the whole key is to not try to take the easy way out, if I could say it that way. So if there's like, and this may not be the best example, but say hypothetically, if your car broke down, right, and you have the option to I don't know, carpool to work, or, call your ex and your ex will give you the money to fix it, right? But you know that every time in the past that you've allowed your ex to loan you money or front you money or whatever the case, that you always end up falling back into like a situationship with them or whatever the case, and then it throws you completely off path from what it is that you were doing. Then this is more or less what this Five of Swords would be talking about, because I feel in the second week of February, did I say February? I mean, I might have said February 2 times now, child. I mean, March. In the second week of March, it feels to me that, yeah, you guys are being tested energetically, which is manifesting situationally in the first week. But I feel for the second week that it's almost like a temptation, like something's going to be offered to you where, mentally within yourself, the first week, you can choose to go one way or the other. You can handle the situation as you always have via a decision. But I feel in the second week, whatever we're talking about here is going to manifest itself into the physical realm via a person. So it's almost like a person would come to you and test you in a sense. And I feel what it is that they're going to offer you. And this kind of reminds me of Taurus from, was it Taurus's Cross Watchers Only, whatever the case. But I feel that whatever is going to be on offer, it's going to be hella tempting. But the thing I can tell you ahead of time, that you would end up undercutting yourself in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Like it would seem like you're getting ahead, and it may be because of the whole Saturn energy, because, Saturn is all karmic and things, right? And it will give you the illusion that you're kind of getting away with murder, or, God, please don't let this get demonetized. Like you're getting away with unaliving, right? But you're going to have to end up paying the piper in the long run. But I feel whatever it is that's going to be offered to you is going to give you an opportunity to kind of, get away with unaliving, proverbially speaking, right? But you would have to pay the piper long term, and that's not something that you want. But I do feel like it's going to be a pretty sweet offer, because whatever this pain point is that shows up in the first week of March, this would be like a quick, easy solution. And you don't want the quick, easy solution, because, you're going to have to pay the consequences for that later on, because it's just not going to turn out good, child. Anywho, the next card that you guys have, I don't even remember if I showed these to you guys. We have the Four of Swords here. So I feel what that's really saying, it's kind of like a reminder of this energy from the first week, especially with it being diagonal from this Queen of Pentacles. It's like telling you to take a step back and remember what it is that we're doing. Like, granted, this thing may have popped up unexpectedly, this unexpected expense. You don't have as much money as it is that you thought that you did. You know what I'm saying? Or, if you've been in financial straits, it seems like things aren't getting better. what this is telling me so far is that in this second week with this Four of Swords, even after this person comes to try to tempt you into going back to the old path, it's a need to take a step back and really get back to your inner truth. Like, what is it that we decided to do? So you think about the end of February, 1st of March, where was your headspace at? What decision did you make, or what path did you elect to walk on? Like, what was the big plan, right? And is needing to get back to that, because I feel like these things are kind of dark distractions to get you off the path. And I feel if you guys do that, like if you reattune with what your inner truth is, and not meaning that like in the big glorious sense of like the truth type of thing, but your inner truth, like your why, if you will. Like if you get back in tune with your why, like what this Queen of Pentacles represents for you. So it's like the moment you get back to this why for yourself, rounding out the first half of the month on the 15th, we have the Emperor, which is Aries energy. So it's you guys getting back on your square and standing back in your power. So it's you guys more or less taking dominion over this particular situation, which is what this whole journey is about. In the bigger scheme of things, is not really so much you know what I'm saying, like us being like feathers in the wind, being at the will of everything. It's when you're challenged and when you're tested, it's for you to remember, you know, why, like you watch my freaking tarot readings of all things. All right. It's like, why is it that you watch soul sessions? Because you care about your personal growth and your personal development. Like that's something that's important to you, right? The spiritual path that you're on is important to you. So all of this knowledge and like every spiritual teacher that you watch, all the books that you read, the courses that you take, all of these things are, you know, feeding your soul and helping you evolve into a grander version of yourself, right? Now, the purpose for acquiring all of this knowledge is for you to practically apply it, right? It's not just about you having a whole bunch of knowledge, because if you never practically apply it via experience, then you can't ever gain wisdom. So then you're just walking around just knowing a whole bunch of stuff. Nobody wants to do that, right? So I feel this whole first half of the month is about you guys stepping into power. And these are two different dynamics, because I'm going to do the thing I always do, matching up the card from the 1st and the 15th. It's like you're going from the Queen of Pentacles to the Emperor. And that's two very different things, because of course the Queen of Pentacles is, you know, you doing new moon intentions and full moon releases and self-care rituals, you know what I'm saying, and a bucket list and journaling, you know what I'm saying. It's like very feminine, receptive energy, but the Emperor is taking all of that energy and taking action on it, you know what I'm saying. So it's almost like a mini transformation and a level up that you guys are going through from the 1st to the 15th. But in order to do so, it's not going to be spirit that booty pats you and like ushers you into this power. It's going to require you to go through some tests and some challenges, and still to apply all of that knowledge that you have in order to make the right decisions and steps in the right direction. And I love it. At the bottom of the deck, why is all of this happening? It's the Queen of Wands, you know what I'm saying? So it's all about you guys literally stepping into your creative power. So this is like, I like how this looks, Cancer, because this legit is like what true manifestation and action looks like balanced manifestation, if you will. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's having a level of like confidence within yourself. It's having a sense of self-assurance in your belief system, and, you know, and the order and patterns and synchronicities and universal laws of life and things of the sort, and understanding that things are consistently changing. And sometimes we're proverbially at the bottom of the wheel, sometimes we're at the top, but not allowing external circumstances to really determine what your state is. So this is almost like you creating your own destiny, like you taking the reins and manifesting your own destiny, and you putting yourself in the driver's seat. So you creating what your experience is going to be. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of what it is that transpires or what happens, it's like the decisions that you're making every day are very much in alignment with the Queen of Wands, because it's you recreating yourself anew every single day with every decision that you're making. So congratulations to you on that. I look forward to seeing what's happening with you guys in the second half of the month. And of course, you guys know that those are going to be on all the membership platforms, Patreon, YouTube members, as well as my organization, the network, Our Sanctuary. I call it the network, but it's called Our Sanctuary. But all of those are going to be available on the 15th. So check that out if you're about that life. But if not, I still love your freaking face, and I will see you guys sooner than later, my friends.